What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. Sgds, same goals, different struggles. I am your host AJ, and I got my brother back with me. What up, Q?
What up, bro? You all right?
Yeah, man. How you doing today, bro?
Man, another day, another dollar. You know how that shit go, man.
Hey, man. Before I get started, I just want to say this: we need rehab, like real rehab, dog. Like, cause, but if you gotta go get a lot of before we can start, we need rehab, dog.
Bro, look at my lighter at that. Look at my lighter.
Bro, I got one right in the back. Why you playing? I had to go find that one because all the other ones go get lost. Hey, man, them little small ones get lost and it get frustrating, bro.
Boy,
like,
quick, boy. You know
bruh,
where that candle lighter at, boy.
Bruh, oh, God. All right, bro. So, look, we're going to get started today with the Atlanta Falcons draft, man, which was an excellent draft, man. I'm most pleased with the draft.
That was the best draft ever I ever seen from the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, man. Either somebody know they got that pink slip on the handy deck, just waiting on them, or
I think more for real, it was more of they had to make up for last year.
Totally, bro. Like, we only use, I want to say, maybe 15% of our draft picks, at 20% at the most. Like, we didn't really use our draft pick last year because I want to say Michael Pinch only started 3 games.
He started 4 games, the last 4 games.
It was 4?
Yeah.
4? Okay, so last 4.
Vegas, the Raiders,
He didn't start Vegas. Oh, hell no.
He didn't start Vegas? He didn't start
No, that was Kurt.
Oh, no, that was Kurt last game.
Terrible.
No,
That's
Kurt
why I was so
game.
mad, because Desmond Riddler outplayed Kurt.
He played New York, Washington, Carolina. I thought it was one more, though. It was only 3?
Nah, he just played real good in all of them.
Yeah, it was just 3 then. I think he got 2 interceptions. One he actually threw. Kyle Pitts gave him one. One of them.
I knew you was gonna say that, but he did. Now, actually, he had 3, and 2 of them was like that. What the count? Because I think Ray did the same thing.
Was that Daryl Hodge or somebody did that?
Ray.
It was Ray McLeod. Yep, damn sure.
Ray.
That's that left hand, though. That's that left hand shit. I promise. It's that last minute adjustment that you're not thinking. It'd be so accurate. You'd be like, oh damn.
No, Vic had the same problem with when Vic was with us. He had wide receivers. I've heard the wide receivers complain about that. Actually, we know too well about that because we grew up playing with left-handed quarterbacks. So
yeah,
we definitely know a thing about playing with left-handed quarterbacks.
I'm gonna be real. Vic was accurate as hell. He just threw that down. He just put
hard.
Ain't too much zip on that ball.
For 6 foot, 200 pounds.
You gotta remember, bro. We could be watching the game on the TV and we can hear when that ball hits somebody smacking the hand. You can hear it. So just
especially if it pop off the chest. But like, I ain't gonna lie to you. That remember that catch that Algie Crumpler had in the playoffs with Brian Dawkins caught him in that cold. I don't even know how Algie Crumpler survived that, bro.
Algie Crumpler
and the cold.
I ain't gonna lie. Crumpler had glue on his hands.
Nah, Ken Crumpler was our best catcher.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
he was our best. But to get into this draft, bro, our first pick, 15 overall, was Jalon Walker out of Georgia. He was a 2-time All-American. He's a little linebacker DN, man. How do you feel about our first overall pick?
Great pick. I feel like for real, he was one of the best edge rushers in the SEC last year, which he was. He got it down on paper to show. Great pick. I ain't mad at neither one of them first round picks for real. I'm mad. I do kind of feel a little certain way that they kind of trade up the first round pick for him. But at the same time, I feel like he's gonna.
Why do you feel some type of way about that?
It's just you never know where we might be next year because last year they told us that we was gonna be so good that we weren't gonna be nowhere in the top 20 with a draft pick. Now look where we at. We was only one win better than last year, and we was like 7 picks down.
To be honest with you, it's like the blame really. Who do you put the blame on? Because actually, we did start off good. Like we started off 6-3. So can you put that more on Kurt for lying to us about being hurt, or more on Rasheem Morris for not pulling him?
I'm putting it on staff and Kurt because being a coach is when knowing your player is hurt. That's like me. I'm out here coaching. and I see the little guy limping, or you know what I mean. You see it. They knew he was hurt because they put him on injured reserve for like 2 days, so they knew he was hurt. I don't
So
know.
you feel like? Do you feel like that? So that could have hindered us too, though.
I just feel like somebody said that call about that money he getting paid. His ass need to go play. If he can walk, he can throw. His ass can play.
I don't know, man. I can't call that one, bro. I don't want to say that. I feel like they should have been pulled Kurt. I didn't feel like Kurt's arm was like something just told me his arm wasn't there. Like it just wasn't, the strength wasn't there. I'm not talking about the accuracy.
It was
just talking about the strength.
Game. It was after that second New Orleans game. He got hurt. I remember.
Yeah, you saying that, and he played. Like, let's remember though, these first 4 games he had, because I promise you, I ain't say nothing the first 4.
Bro, he was still hurt then.
Exactly though. So like we gave him the first 4 though.
He couldn't exactly throw off his back foot like that then.
But we gave him the first 4. You feel me? Because we felt like
real though. But I'm real though. You could see though, as game by game go by, he was starting to heal up again though. He was opening a bit. He was starting to be a little bit movement in the pocket. He was starting to be less stiff. You could see that though.
Let me ask you this then. Do you feel like Kurt, can you really blame Kurt for not saying nothing because he knew back then if he came out, he wasn't gonna get it back.
On the bench, on God, he knew he was gonna be sitting on the bench. He knew he was gonna be sitting on the bench. I know you at practice. I know you at practice and training camp, and you see Durag out there lighting that shit up.
I've heard that even in training camp, people knew that Michael Penix Jr. like had that, like he had the talent, he had that arm strength, he had it.
Hey man, I've been seeing that arm talent since Illinois. Y'all think I'm playing? Shout out to throw that ball, man. I just like his accuracy.
You mean Indiana?
Yeah, Indiana. It's his poise. It's his poise and his accuracy when he's standing in that pocket. Shouty be on some sitting there and he see a nigga rushing him. He be like, man, hold on. Fruit, take the hit. Every nigga not doing that no more. Some niggas try to still get the ball off and everything. He tough. I like him. I just don't want him to get hurt because he'll get hurt. For real. He'll get hurt. Doing like what I just said, he'll get hurt, man.
So let me ask you this then. Do you feel like we should trade Kurt and keep Kurt? Because Kurt, I mean, he can't really do much. Should we just keep Kurt as a backup?
I feel like whatever Kurt was mentoring Michael Penix Jr. on, I feel like he did enough of that last year. Kurt can go now.
You don't feel like we should have another backup?
I ain't gonna knock him having him as a backup. I'm stable with Kirk Cousins as a backup, but at the same time, I think if we get rid of him, we can bring something else.
You don't feel like we should have did that during the draft period?
I don't think nobody probably wanted them during the draft period or something like that, man. Them folks trying to get Kirk Cousins over $20 million. If nobody trying to give him $20 million, I don't think nobody want him.
All right, then. So let me ask you this. Then what about our next first round overall pick, James Pearce Jr. out of Tennessee? You supposed to meet. I thought when the season first started, he was gonna be like a top 15, top 10 draft pick. To me, I think he didn't really have as good of a year this year as he did his junior year.
Yeah,
they said in the combine though he had some testing issues or like some personal issues that was concerning on. Apparently, it didn't keep the Falcons for trading their first round draft pick next year for him.
The thing with Pierce Jr., what he brings to you on defense, he brings straight speed on his side.
You feel like he's undersized?
Undersized?
Yeah, a little undersized.
He kind of, I know what you're saying, like with that weight thing, but he built.
I have no problem with it. I'm just asking, like, this is question I've been hearing.
Yeah, that's where his speed come into play at.
So let me ask you this. Would you play him on the left end or right end? Where are you playing Jalon? With our new setup this year, we actually playing a hybrid of 3-4-4-3. How would you have your setup?
Me personally, I'm putting Jalon and goddamn and Pearce on the same side.
So you having Pearce and Jalon on the same side. So who you got at the ends then?
If I'm edging, say we in a 3-4 edge, I'm running with Jalon Walker as my edge. Pearce playing DE.
Who playing the others?
That's what I'm saying. In the 3-4 edge. So say we got a 3-4 edge and it's to the right. So it's gonna look like you got 4 down linemen, but in all actually you got a D end, a D tackle, a D end, and you have your edge right there. It look like he's, he's a linebacker, but he's playing edge. And then you got Other two like middle, weak side. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Who's playing your weak side, your right, and
It's
who's
on
playing
the
your strong
opposite side from with Ebikidi and Floyd.
side? Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Evan Keegan and Floyd. And then who's your DT? Rakubier?
I give Big Rook a chance because he a DEDT.
Okay, then. So what about this then? Okay, then. So how do you see this setup? Do you see them? Do you see these two being like premier passers in the league for the next
Yes,
5 to 10 years? You have no doubts about it.
and both of them niggas get interceptions on the edge.
Yeah, I
I ain't
can see
gonna lie,
that.
I like that because you already know in football, yeah, they run in them holes, but everything's still going off tackle. And when you're throwing the ball, 9 times out of 10, yeah, you'll go in the middle when you got to and everything, but you know you got to hit outside to stop that clock. You got to put some speed on that edge, bro, and put pressure on that quarterback.
So since you talk about turnovers, that leads me to my next question then. Well, not even my next question. This leads me to our next pick, Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame. I believe he had 13 in the last 2 years. I want to say the last 2 years he had 13 interception, All American,
I,
big play safety out of Notre Dame, man. How do you feel about him, man? Like they said this cat shouldn't even be in the third round.
that boy know how to read and cover. I don't know how he got that far. I don't know how he got that far, bro. Real talk, because that boy know how to
You
read.
know more about. I'll give you this. You know more about. You was more hyped on the Notre Dame and Penn State defense than I was. When I was like before you
It,
came on the last live, I was asking Nate about that.
the thing with Notre Dame, Penn State, Texas, and Ohio State's defense is because they didn't get nobody to really like no big name to go through the portal. They wasn't getting no big names to exactly just go to the draft yet. You know what I mean? You got people that was on that team that been there 4 straight years, built,
Uh-huh.
learned the playbook, learned the players that they going against, learned their conference, dominated. You see what I'm saying? That matters.
Nah.
Defense that matters.
So we got him at free safety now. You feel like him and Jesse Bates gonna be a different maker, or do you feel like he's gonna take over? Because Jesse Bates in his last year in contract with us. Do you feel like he could take over for Jesse Bates next year?
If they don't franchise tag Jesse Bates, something wrong with the Atlanta Falcons. Because we ain't had a safety that good in I don't know how long.
Have we ever had a safety that good, bro?
I was about to say, I don't know if we ever had a safety that good as Jesse Bates. So if I was the Atlanta Falcons, bro, y'all know y'all should go ahead and franchise tag this man, pay him, give him all the benefits that come with it.
Well, when you're doing with that, you also got a 5 year contract coming up this year. You got a 5 year pickup. I think option is this year or next year with Drake London. It might be this year or next year.
I think it's next.
Next year.
Ain't Kyle Pitts this year?
They already picked Kyle's picks up.
Yeah, that one say it was this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
so
picked Kyle picks up
Drake London's next year.
next year. So somebody gonna get franchised, somebody gonna get signed, and somebody ain't getting signed, I believe. Unless they have, but no, hold on. We got enough cap room next year, which could bring a lot of things, make it tricky.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how they structure each of those contracts. Hopefully, we could sign everybody. Hopefully, Kyle Pitts can have a breakout year. I would hate for him to have a breakout year and we lose him for nothing. Feel me? So I hope all that works out. With our next draft pick, man, you might know a little bit more about him than I do. We got Billy Bowman Jr. This was out of Oklahoma. So look, with Billy, right? This was Billy's first year in the SEC. They
Yeah.
played in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Billy is a big time. He has big playmaking, a little undersized. I believe he's like 5'10". He's a little undersized, but he's a playmaker as well.
That boy got speed. That nigga know. Hey, listen, if he picked that ball off, he turned into a running back.
So you feel like he's like a little, or he could be like a honey badger, because
Yeah.
he's playing nickel.
Yeah.
He can
And
play corner and safety, but he's
he hit too.
primarily supposed to play nickel.
Bro, that man got speed on him, bro. When I say that man got speed on him, I'm
Yeah, I
comfortable.
heard.
I'm comfortable with him covering the slot. And I'm gonna be real with you. The man, when he picks the ball, the man turned into running back wide receiver. The man had like 3 pick sixes in the Big 12. I want to say his junior year.
Your junior, yeah, they played in what I had.
Remember this too though. The Big 12 be having good quarterbacks.
He had last year. He played 12 games. He had 54 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions. No, yeah, 2 interceptions. But overall in his career, I believe he did have like 10 interceptions. He's a big playmaker.
He got about 5 pick sixes, bro. For real.
Nah, he is. So our last draft pick is our lineman Jack Nelson out of Wisconsin.
I don't
know what
about him now. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really know too much about him. But they say he's a good lineman though.
Gotta be talking about Bowman. Yeah, Nate, we talking about Bowman.
Yeah,
What
Bowman.
you think about Bowman, Nate?
Yeah. Now, as far as old boy from the lineman from Wisconsin, I don't really know about him like that.
I don't know nothing about it. I mean, I guess Def Peace, aka Jake. He said Def Peace, aka Jake Matthews, future placement. I could see that.
Yeah, I can go for that.
But do we really want to test? I mean, unless he turns out to be a seller, I mean, do we really want to have? Because okay, so like Jake Matthew, right? He played the left side, right?
Yeah.
I'm all right. So I'm gonna flip it, right? If this was a traditional like quarterback, I would be more worried about a 7th round being our like future left tackle. But since he's not, and we have a left-handed quarterback, right? I'm not as worried as much as I would be because now we need to focus on getting a primary right tackle that's gonna cover his blind side. Unless y'all feel like we have one.
What's his name? Caleb? Ain't he the right tackle? Ain't Caleb the right tackle?
You gotta ask Nate that one. I didn't. Who did we lose? We lost somebody.
Who's the right tackle, Nate? Please refresh me on that.
Never can draft too early. Jake is in his mid. But would you want a 7th round draft pick covering that side? That's one. But you gotta think what I'm saying.
I gotta remember this though, AJ.
Caleb's the right. He's
right.
probably gone. But he said he's probably gone. So we gotta have somebody that's gonna cover that.
He's by side. I like Caleb though. Caleb's straight to me. I like Caleb.
Dame is the left. Damon's the left.
Yeah, Dom is on the left. Yeah, Dom is the guard.
He's the guard, but I'm talking about the tackles. You want to have a primary tackle because you just said earlier on the live that Penix gets injured.
Yeah,
we want to have some. We want to have somebody covering that blind side just in case, because we got some. We got some primary. Think about what Tampa just did on their line and how they upgraded. Think about what these teams are doing to upgrade that line. So we want to have a primary right tackle that's going to be able to protect his blind side because that's how Vic got hurt too. We ain't had nobody blocking his ass for real. That's why he was always on the run.
Yeah, that's real.
So that's
Vic had bad reads though, man. Sometimes though, bro. Vic had.
No, don't get me like. No, I don't want to take that. You right. Like he didn't do the preparation he needed.
The thing
that he should be.
The thing with Vic was this for real. Vic was not a pocket passer. His thing was to always roll. So Vic was always used to rolling and running. You see what I'm saying?
I give you that, but shit.
Yeah, Mrs. Reed on the roll.
Who the fuck was he gonna throw to?
Algie Crumpler or somebody, Chris Jenkins, somebody.
Spent all that money to get Peerless Price 5'11" ass. It didn't turn out as well. And then Roddy White was still young, but we still like. I mean,
White best days was with Matt Ryan.
Things happen, but before I switch the subject, I don't want to forget about our undrafted. The undrafted free agent. We picked up Kobe Bryant. That motherfucker gonna start.
I didn't get drafted, bro. That's a shock.
I don't understand how Kobe Bryant didn't get drafted either, bro. Shout out Kobe Bryant from Kansas, bro. Is a dog.
But that man play defense so good, bro.
Yeah, that thing is a dog, bro. It's a great run blocker, but mid pass blocker.
Pass blocker, yeah. I can probably agree to that, man. Really, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like our whole offensive line is mid.
Can be restructured.
I just feel like the whole line mid at pass blocking. Now run blocking, they all okay.
It'll likely be replaced after the season in the 26th draft. All right, Nate. So you saying that, right? And I was just talking to Q about this. Jesse Bates' contract is coming up after this year. You got Kyle Pitts contract coming up this year, and then you got Drake London on a 5th-year contract that we could pick up. How do you feel like? And then you saying that what we gonna replace? We gonna replace who? You said McGray in the draft next year, unless we trading, or we gonna get that in like the later rounds. Like the second round, because we don't have a first this year. So how, we got the cap room next year. So don't get me wrong on that. We got the cap room to make some moves in the free agency and draft. So it'll have to see.
We got all season to find us a first round.
And our undrafted class was one of the best in the league. Kobe gonna make the team. Nick Nash will. Dante Man is a sleeper. Yo, I was just about to get on Nick Nash too.
Go look at the boy Dante. He okay. I had to go look at what he doing.
And I ain't gonna forget, they telling me to look at Jonathan Simmons from Tennessee. Not Tennessee, the tight end out of South Carolina. I guess he's a Georgia major.
What?
I don't want to forget about him.
Bro, I didn't even know he went through the draft. He like a Kyle Pitts, bro. That nigga hard.
That's what they're saying. I said that.
Hard.
They're also saying it. And then we also picked up a defensive tackle out of Michigan State that I think should also make the team too, because we need extra body. What is? We got Bates under contract another 2 years. Drake gonna get a 5th year, which buys us time, and we'll have more money. I don't know. Somebody said, I thought this was Bates last year. I gotta check that again.
Real, I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. The Falcons,
but you might, Nate, you might know.
If the Falcons got the money, they are not finna let Jesse Bates go. They are not finna let Drake London go. Only person who was on the clock is Kyle Pitts this year.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's just being real. He on the clock this year.
And then we gotta also think about Tyler AJAY. What are we gonna do with Tyler AJAY?
I hope they keep him, man.
And then we also picked up a running back.
I feel like how we just hitting the draft, y'all can keep AJAY now. How we just win the draft, y'all can keep it.
You said we could keep him as a team?
We could draft and got everything we needed. I feel like we could keep Tyler.
They also picked up a running back in the undrafted free from Michigan State too. We also got a center.
All that just for depth.
The draft was very loaded with talent, and a lot went undrafted.
Yeah.
The only youngin I can see on the fence. Tyler could possibly stay on a cheap deal through. I don't know, bro. Tyler, let me tell you something, bro. Tyler is a legit one. Will he want to stay? Is the question.
But for real, like,
would he want to stay?
He's a legit one, but has Tyler AJAY really been a one since he been with the Falcons?
He only had 1 year to show it. That next year, BJ came in.
But even that year, he was still a duo. He was just the better of the duo.
And he still got 1,000, I believe, that year.
Yeah, but he still really wasn't the halfback one. It was the duo then.
Think about what Michael Turner was with LaDainian Thomas. I feel like that's what Tyler is.
I just feel like this. With Tyler AJAY and B. John Robinson, they both young legs still. I feel like you keep both them together for real right now. I just feel
think so too. I would too, but I think B. John see himself more as a Saquon. You get me what I'm saying? And then you got to think about what Tyler AJAY is thinking. I don't know what Tyler AJAY and his mindset is.
Right now, though, if you want to be technical, because if I'm not mistaken, both of them still on rookie contract, right?
Yeah, but Tyler AJAY, I think, is coming up because I think BJ signed a 5-year and I think Tyler signed a 4-year. And Tyler was before BJ anyway, if I'm not mistaken. Because Nate, you know all this shit. Where you at?
He was there a year before B. John, so.
Yeah, but I don't know what the contract year he signed it, though.
I know he's a liability. I just feel like they should just pick it up. If it's just an option, just pick it up.
No. I think BJ has the 5th-year option. I don't think Tyler has a 5th-year option.
Okay.
Because he was a 5th-round draft pick. I don't think they get that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm just saying what people might want, bro. I don't know. To me, honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I hate that we signed Mike Hughes for 4 years. What did we sign that nigga? 4 years? 4 years. I would have gave that nigga 2, especially if I knew. I guess I didn't know. I would have never known if I was getting Kobe. But
let me ask you something. You spoke through the season. Do you think that he was doing anything wrong during the season?
Who, Mike Hughes?
Yeah.
Nah, like I like Mike Hughes, but do I see Mike Hughes as a 2? Do you see Mike Hughes as a 2?
If they gon' this what I'm saying. Because as you are not analyze it, you have to remember it's all about coaching sometimes too. He didn't do nothing bad. He showed me he getting better as time. That's every time I saw on the field, like he was getting better and better as he get every game.
At the beginning of this season, but as time faded off,
he had got hurt though.
Okay. Let's see how he do this year.
I feel like maybe 4 years is maybe a little too much. I agree with you on that. Maybe 2 or 3 could have been the thing, and with lesser money. But I'm just being real. Maybe they like him. Maybe they see something in him. I like him. I see some. He's not really that bad. You might want to keep him there and build with him and keep your defense together. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at that.
Keep your defense together, bro. You don't want to break your defense up, bro. I'm telling you. That's where you fuck up at, because you ain't gonna never have no chemistry. When niggas stay together, it means something. They talk more. They know exactly. They're gonna be like, okay, bam, what you call it over there covering such and such. I know my boy ain't that fast like that, but he gonna stay on him. Let me watch his back. Instead of you got fucking CJ Gardner-Johnson coming in. He new to the team. We just know of him and his highlights for real. And what we did, we play against him. We don't exactly know him as a teammate yet. We don't know if he got like, okay, he just think he can cover him. He can't cover him. I know this nigga. This my boy. I know he can't really cover him, but I know he ain't gonna just let him dog him. Let me help him too if I got to. You see what I'm saying? All that.
What is our scheme? So we don't know who fits what well yet. I mean, I thought the scheme was gonna be a 3-4-4-3. But you talking about with the cornerbacks? I don't know. I mean, with the secondary, I don't know what they doing.
I don't think we gonna know what scheme is after training camp anyway.
Yeah, to see like who gonna be what, like who gonna make it out of training camp.
We gonna know something by the time they hit Flowery Branch. We gonna know something.
And we forgetting about the free agents they signed too. You know, they got Morgan Fox. They just signed a linebacker. You know, what are we gonna do about Troy Anderson? I'm not sold on Troy Anderson. I like Keasley. I think I'm saying his name right. The other one, number 50, whatever his name is, but yeah. I apologize, but
Keasley.
Yeah. That's his name.
Something like that, yeah.
But other than that,
bro, I'm gonna be real.
We thin at that linebacker position.
Our linebackers, to me, is the weakest part of our defense.
Yeah, we thin at there too, bro. Like we real thin there, bro. JD, I like JD Barrett.
Here, like Nate Landman, not that bad. He not that bad.
Is that who I'm thinking of?
Nate Landman, yeah.
I don't think he start. But he wasn't that bad.
He's not that bad. Landman, he's good on some.
Let this sink. Let this sink, and we run a new system 6 years straight. We ran a 6. Damn, for real?
Ran a new 6 years straight.
For real?
I can believe it because our defense always look like it's on some brand new shit when we come out there. So I can believe
also, it. Troy might be gone. Lemon is with the Rams now. So Raymond's gone, and then Troy's always gone. Troy's always hurt. So it don't really matter what the fuck Troy does because he don't play ever.
Yeah. Goodbye to them niggas. That's why we've been hitting them. That's why we've been hitting them linebackers.
We did pick up. I hate to be missing on names too, but we picked up a undrafted free agent linebacker from North Dakota too. I want to see how he turns out, man. They be, them miss like them, like those type of linebackers. They usually come in handy.
That team right there usually has good linebackers.
Yeah, like that's what I meant. I was trying to get out without being
linebackers and quarterbacks.
Yeah. So, Trey Lance didn't work out, but
Trey Lance was just a COVID pick, man. He should have did 4 years. He did that undefeated.
I thought he did 4. He didn't do 4?
I think he did 4. He did like some undefeated high school, then went to college and went undefeated. So it made him look like a real superstar.
I feel you.
Yeah, man.
All right. Let me ask you this then. How do you feel about the Shedeur fall off? Him dropping all the way to 5th. Everybody got their title, how they feel. How you feel about it, bro?
He shouldn't have went all the way to the 5th round. That's some bullshit. He shouldn't have dropped all the way to the 5th.
Do you think his dad advised him wrong? I hate to ask that, but
I don't really know. I can't speak on that.
And the only reason I say this is right. It's not our thing, and when I speak on ours, it's not. You can't go like it, like, and like I know people like it's a lot of quarterbacks or like a lot of players that got that swagger, that confidence, that this and that, right? But I'm gonna tell you this: how many quarterbacks like that?
It's not like that though.
With that like swagger, like Deion was gonna tell, like you gonna tell them, oh, I ain't going to this meeting, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. You might can do that as a wide receiver, cornerback, running back.
Not a lot of quarterbacks coming in the league doing that.
But as the quarterback, you're the face of these people's franchise.
Yeah, you don't see that. You got to remember, that was what I was gonna say too though, because after every game, bro, the quarterback get talked to. I don't care if you won or lost.
Yeah, exactly.
They pull right up.
You are the face.
Yeah, they pull up right up on the
Even if the defense fuck up, you are the face.
Pull up right up on the quarterback, bro.
Even if the kicker miss, you get the fucking question on why the kicker miss. And like, why you didn't throw for this and could have got it. Like, you are the fall.
A lot of people don't really know that media has a lot to do with football.
It does, of what the image is of this and that and how things, politics and how people look at. But to me, I feel like it was also of a message to black players, or you could say whatever, but I think black players, like, don't ever try this bullshit again.
I feel like that too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Don't try this shit again, or if we'll fuck around, you won't get drafted at all. Type shit.
That shit to the NBA.
That's the message that I got from that shit, bro.
The message I got was take that shit to the NBA.
Because this is our shit.
And
that's the only thing I can't even be mad about, because it is them owner shit. They don't even, what people are not even thinking and saying is they don't even allow, they haven't even allowed in all the years in college, in football, NFL, they haven't allowed a black majority owner yet. Not minor. Majority. Where these motherfuckers own, like they got their own shit. Like they had is not one at them motherfucking meetings. So it's like, you have to understand, as the face of their franchise, they want you to be in a certain way. They got to be a certain way. People could talk about Cam was like this and that. Cam didn't do that shit until afterwards.
Cam didn't do that shit till MVP year.
Bam. He didn't come in the league like that. Cam did pro day. NFL combine.
Cam was humble.
Like, you just held to a different, and I hate to be that person, but you can't come in that motherfucker telling them like, my game, like, you can't. Not if you want to be accepted in their shit.
Yeah.
You ask them to do their shit and get their money. You're asking for it like their, so it's like, that's why I asked, was he advised wrong? Because Deion was a cornerback. Deion can do that shit.
That's the name of the game when you're a corner and receiver. You go in there talking shit, letting niggas know they can't stop.
Yeah, that's it's just like fucking, and people keep saying if he had the talent, and I keep going back to this, and I'll say this, right? And everybody keeps saying if he didn't have Travis, that first year they went to Colorado and they got hurt. Let's go back to this game. USC versus Colorado. They was fucking losing. They was losing that game. They didn't have Travis.
They was never winning that game.
No, they wasn't. But they was getting their ass whooped.
They was never in control of that game. I know what
they was getting their ass whooped versus Caleb Williams.
I know what you probably saying on how they probably came back and all that, but
we always saying, but I'm saying, they said, you saying Trey didn't have Travis. He didn't have the same. You even said the mediocre wide receiver that he had last. I mean, this year.
He had Jimmy Horn that year, though. He had Jimmy
Horn, but Jimmy Horn was hurt. Jimmy Horn didn't have
crazy that year. You're damn.
Yeah, he probably had a better year that year than. But Omarion Miller showed up that game.
Jimmy Horn, Omarion. That's when niggas found out about Omarion that game for real. Jimmy Horn and Travis Hunter together was good.
You said, yeah. He said multiple things. I think it was a message sent to Dion. Also think it happened due to ratings and also to think the cockiness for a quarterback isn't good, especially as a rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
the
I
ratings
feel like that's why Lamar.
for day 2 and day 3 of the draft was just through the roof because of Shador for real.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't nobody thinking about that shit if it wasn't for Shador, bro. Look at what they did on they Instagram. I sent that shit to y'all. What 5th round draft pick is on the fucking top pick of the NFL draft, bro? Like,
I just feel like he still was the talk of the draft. That's why his name. But I feel when you said that about Abdul Carter, though, I do feel you about that too, though. He a defensive player though.
And he's top rate. Like his jerseys is selling like out the roof right now, bro.
Cause he in New York. He the best thing coming to New York.
No, Shador. I'm talking about Shador right now.
You gotta remember New York.
I'm talking about Shador.
Oh, Shador. Oh yeah. He's on this. Come on, bro. Yeah, come on, man.
Like Shador jersey is like banging right now.
What other jersey would you buy in Cleveland right now for the Browns besides Myles Garrett?
That ain't the point.
No, I'm just saying
because it's Shador. Talking about you saying that, but Shador wasn't on that motherfucking team.
But the marketer, you got to remember that Shador's a marketer. It's about marketing. He's a marketer. You got to remember that.
No, I'm saying if Shador wasn't on that team, we wouldn't be talking about the Browns.
No, exactly. But you got to remember this too. So the Browns, when the Browns drafted Johnny Manziel, his
numbers went up.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. Them niggas is marketing.
Well, let me ask you this then, right? Because I just said some shit, and you just brought up, and I want to go back to some. Fuck that. Why is it okay that a black quarterback can't be cocky, but Johnny Manziel can do this and be out and taking pictures, and we can accept him into the culture?
Okay, so one thing about it, when Johnny Manziel came out, social media wasn't as big on how it was with Shador.
Well, it might not.
It was. We was on it, but let's just say like, okay, so back in what year he came in, like 2012, 13 or something like that. So back in 2012 and 13, let's put everybody having an iPhone back then to now, how everybody really having an iPhone now. Because everybody wasn't having iPhones back then in 2012, 13. They were still on Galaxies and shit like that sometimes. Everybody had them, but they
damn you, Nate. Nobody care what you agree with.
What he
Go
say?
ahead. He'll agree with you. Go ahead. I don't know. But go ahead.
I'm just being real. So
when did Baker Mayfield come in?
I feel like
when did Baker Mayfield come in?
Like 17, 18 or something like that. Because you got to remember
he was just as cocky. That motherfucker was dug in and all in the.
Man, them folks was not doing what Shador was doing. He wasn't. Them folks weren't getting on the stand and saying, "I know I'm the best."
You a fucking lie. That nigga took people's shit.
Listen.
That nigga took that nigga team and put they on disrespected or on. That's just as disrespectful, bro.
Shador get on the stand and say, "I know I'm the best." What you want? I ain't got to tell you. Look at me. Look at my. It's a whole.
Let me ask you something. Anybody who ever been the great, anybody that's ever been great that's told you he's been great has. Muhammad Ali has told you he was great. Floyd has told you he was great. What great person haven't told you he was great?
All right. Listen, them was the champs.
Muhammad Ali told you he was great before he was the champ.
Yeah, but he still became the champ.
He still said it before then, though, dog.
And I'm gonna be real with you.
You gotta say it to know it.
Listen, regardless of what you want to say about Floyd Mayweather and Muhammad Ali, for one, we know boxing comes with shit talking. Me and you both know that. That's the game that comes with that. So you supposed to do that. Two, for real, on some real G shit. Regardless of that, Floyd Mayweather and Muhammad Ali still had points where they knew to humble themselves. Yeah, they might talk shit when it's supposed to, but they still know when to humble themselves, or if they're gonna talk shit.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Never mind, you right with that point. I agree with that.
We're gonna get on the stand and say, "I know I'm the best." What you mean?
Floyd maybe a little bit more than Muhammad, but I do agree with you. Like it's a time and place of how you talk. I get you.
Shador gonna tell you this. I got a 10-minute highlight tape of me, and that's just one game. I got a 20-minute highlight tape of me, and that's just another one game. What you mean? I'm lighting them up. I do this. All you got to do is look at me. I go here and I change this program. I go there and I change this program. Come on, man. I'm iced out. What you want me to tell you? You think Icebox putting this on my wrist for free because I ain't throw it? Come on, bro. The folks don't want to hear.
Point.
Hear
I
that?
ain't gonna lie, that's a good ass. I ain't think of it like that.
I take Cam Ward, a nigga who was a 0-star. He know you gotta be humble at times. Yeah,
I
you
don't
see.
even take Cam I
Listen,
take
motherfuckers,
Cam more like me, like
listen,
you.
listen, AJ, niggas didn't even know Cam Ward was even a shit talker until they even had that little tape of him and Shador throwing that ball. Them niggas talking shit to each other. Nobody even knew that side of Cam Ward.
I knew it. You know what's funny? They might know, but I could tell just by his. It's maybe because it's just like I do the same thing. It's a nonchalant attitude,
Facts.
and I'm real nonchalant. It's just how you carry yourself, and you could tell it from like when you have it. You
You
could
got
tell
to be
it.
humblest nigga. You just got to know when to be humble.
I feel like this. You don't have to tell a person you cocky. It'll show if you really like that.
Oh God, shit, it's in your demeanor.
It'll show. Like it'll just show in your demeanor. And it won't come off as it could come off as disrespectful, but they can't use it as you because you didn't do nothing wrong. It's just in you. It's just coming off as in your demeanor, your aura. Like it's just on you. You feel me? Like you ain't gotta tell nobody. I ain't gotta tell nobody I got $100 million chain on. You see this shit, ain't nothing for me to say. You feel me? So it's just a way, and then you gotta. If I was Shador's father, I would give him the 48 Laws of Power book to read.
He probably has.
He need to read it again. Because it just it's just advice that I would want to give somebody to give to me. It's just how to play the game without feel like you being played. You feel me? Like you got to understand how to play that game and play it against them. And I hope Shador wins in this way. Like so when they do come back for his next contract, he get a chance to get because I feel like he will get opportunity. Now, how much of an opportunity he get, I don't think much. I'm gonna be dead ass serious. I think first time he fuck up, it ain't gonna be like in Colorado when you can hold on to the ball and they not gonna and it's gonna be it's gonna be some shit talking of you can't play if your daddy ain't coaching you type of shit. You gotta prepare for that mentally. I'm pretty sure you already know this type of shit, but it's gonna be even worse. It's gonna be way worse than what them prank phone calls and all that bullshit that you going through. That's just the start of bullshit that's finna come. Cause they gonna hate to see. They don't want to see you win. And
All
not in this world. Not in this world. They don't want to see you win.
I'm gonna say is the most dangerous thing about Shador Sanders' game is his confidence.
You think your confidence can overshadow, like it can damage you?
It's like listen. It's just like if you go into the fight and you like, damn, this nigga might beat my ass. You probably gonna get your ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
To that fight, it's like I'm finna beat this nigga ass. You might surprise yourself.
I think Shador. I'm gonna be real with you. I think Shador gonna not even. He gonna show a lot of people. I think when Shador has the time and pocket, he's very accurate. He can get you down the field.
That man throwing 50-yard goddamn hang time balls. I'm talking about nigga ain't gotta go nowhere in the air 50 yards in the game. Bink touchdown.
And I've seen him come back.
And I done seen the man throw off his back arm like it's
We
up.
have seen it. Like we can't take that away. We've seen him do comebacks. That's hard, bro. Like comeback, carry your team from a comeback, knowing already that y'all damn well probably ain't even supposed to be in this fucking game.
You're good, man. I just feel like he still got a lot of learning to do. And he gotta know how to get that ball out faster. That's his only problem. And he gotta know how to take them little extra 3-4 yards if he gotta get them.
Yeah, and you might have to learn how to run maybe a little bit more than what he do.
I believe he's slow as hell too. That's why he ain't show no down. That's why he ain't do no down or what you call it.
I don't know, bro. He broke a few runs in Colorado. I'm not trying to compare because the speed is way different. Everybody's almost goddamn fast in NFL. So.
I ain't never seen nothing where it was fast. It was just some quick get up out of there.
But all right, so we done seen some NFL games where we done seen some motherfuckers that you know damn well in a 40 that you be like, ain't no way in hell he that fast. But that motherfucker getting it on that football field, dog. We didn't seen it. Bro, Mike All-Star used to get some yards.
I mean, Mark Yossi ran different though.
Get the fuck out of here, though. When you break the yard, you break.
Listen. You got difference between like a speed runner who just we know naturally he got quick feet, he up out of there, and then you got a power runner where he getting faster every step he taking, he's picking up his speed and he's
I
going.
just seen Tom Brady get at least a good few many yards. If I can see Tom Brady get some yards, I know Shador can get some yards.
Still some NFL players. They still go out there and go work out, get on treadmills and all that, so they should still be able to goddamn
Have you
run.
seen Tom Brady 40?
No, but I don't remember no Tom Brady 40 because we wasn't paying attention to shit like
No.
that.
No. You were. I could send YouTube Tom Brady 40. You'll have a different opinion on why I say what I'm saying right now.
How fast? What his time was?
Probably. What's the dude from Florida? The big dude from Florida that ran? The big dude from Florida might be big.
What the man?
Oh God. What Nate at, bro? I know Nate seen Tom. Oh God, bro. I'll send you that shit. It's that slow.
I believe it though. I ain't never seen him show no type
But
of
if this shit, I ain't gonna lie, right?
But you gotta remember,
I ain't gonna lie. You know how Shiloh look fast? You know, you say Shiloh fast though. So I don't know.
I bet right now you take an average nigga off the street and you take a goddamn a defensive lineman, not even a DN, a defensive lineman, and you put them niggas in the race, and I bet he still can beat that nigga in the race. These niggas still pro athletes.
The D lineman or the dude that's fast?
Huh?
Who you talking about? The D lineman or the dude that's fast? Who you talking about?
I bet if you just go take an average nigga off the street, he could probably work out. He might just not be a workout king or nothing like that. He might work out every night. He probably would go to the gym maybe twice a week. I bet you take this average nigga off the street and you go take a nigga like shit.
Who?
Let's just think. Somebody like Myles Garrett, I guess. Well, we ain't gonna say Myles Garrett because we know he gonna.
I'm about to say, niggas, you crazy.
We gonna say somebody like Vita Vea from Tampa Bay.
I don't know about that though.
Yeah, I bet he's still gonna be. I bet
it depends on who the dude is. Because Vita Vea is quick. Like
Vita Vea big as hell.
But he quick.
But he big as hell.
He quick.
I bet Vita Vea would probably beat us in a race if we probably ran 50 yards.
Yeah, I know that. Exactly. It's exactly my point.
But go back to the point of what you said about Tom Brady. He's still a pro athlete. He still had to get on the treadmill and do it like a 2-3 mile run or whatever in open space.
That's my point.
He should
be making my point for Shador then.
I ain't saying
he should be able to run more then.
That's what I'm saying too though.
Okay, yeah, that's agreed then. So like, yeah, he should be able to. That's why I was saying he should be able to, even if it's 2 or 3 yards, bro. You shouldn't have to take those unnecessary sacks.
Benched,
huh?
Will get you benched in the NFL.
Yeah, it's gonna get you benched fast because that's exactly you already got 3 or 4.
That's why I be saying athletes matter for real. When you just got a player who just got that real athletic bone, not as just a player who just like, he a wide receiver and he athletic. He can only just be a athletic wide receiver, get the ball, dance, or kill him with the routes or jump. You know what I mean? All that. It's about being a quarterback. When you a quarterback and you athletic, it's a big difference changer in the game. For real. You gotta remember this too, AJ, because this game just kind of dead. Back in the day of us growing up, and you had a real athlete at quarterback, they showed it more in the NFL. That nigga used to do some halfback pass, and that same nigga would go out for the pass and kill you 10, 20 yards. Some shit, you know what I mean? He was showing athletic bone. They don't really do that no more. It's just if he can scramble, he can show you his footwork. He might can do some more shit, show you he kind of physical or something like that, show his athletic bone. But they don't really show you all the athletic shit that quarterbacks do. You got to remember, for real, if you go through quarterback training, you go through wide receiver training. It goes hand in hand with each other because when you throw it, not only do you throw, you need to go out there and learn how to catch so you can know the proper spot on where you need to be throwing the ball at too. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of that go hand in hand with each other.
I ain't know no quarterbacks go off for wide receivers no.
You say that again?
Not now, though. I didn't know they go out for wide receivers anymore. I didn't know they still play both sides like that for real.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's just if you athletic, it's about you got certain players. Shit, bro, can play every position. Just being real.
No, I know that, but I didn't know what they do anymore because I'm not like involved with that. But like, I think I was watching Pivot, and it was like I think Jerome Bettis was saying something where like the running backs You know how like the running back used to play linebacker in high school? Now they playing, I think, like safety or something. They not as big as they used to be or something. I don't know. I didn't know they play both sides as much as they
It's
used to.
certain shit like that. It be certain shit like that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like our running backs growing up used to when we was growing up, if you play running back, I knew you played linebacker. Not like 9 times out of 10 you was playing, or you might have played safety, but I knew you played linebacker.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was growing up, quarterbacks used to play safety.
At Bell, that's how it worked. Like, well, no,
Oh,
Bell, no,
you
like I think
like,
Bruce played linebacker.
if you was quarterback, you play safety. That's how I was when I grew up.
But I know I've heard of that. Like, yeah, like because AI used to do that. AI was a quarterback and he played safety. So I've heard of that. But I think different states, I don't know, different states do different things or how they do their shit. But I don't know, bro. I guess I could ask you the NBA shit real quick. I like how you feel because you just hit me with this shit. So how you feel about the Tyler? What's the old bro, the light skinned dude's name that can really, fuck with white women without getting in trouble?
Tyler Hansbrough.
Yeah, him.
I mean, not Tyler. Tyler Halliburton.
Yeah, him.
Tyrese Halliburton. You got me messing up to my Tyler.
He the only black person I know that can mess with white women and succeed. That's all I know. But how you feel about his dad approaching Giannis, bro? Before I let you go about it.
I would have swung on his ass.
Who are you, Giannis? You a Giannis?
Hell yeah, I would have decked his ass. And I would have checked security and the police around that bitch. Go, how the hell this nigga even get that close to me and getting this long? What else?
I'm gonna say this as a father. I don't know how you feel about this. Black people.
So why did he check? Why did he do that anyway though?
See, they only showing one part of why Giannis went up to him. But if you see the back part of it, Giannis' dad actually went up to him with a sign and started talking shit to him. They didn't show that part. I had to see that part. I didn't know why Giannis did what he did at first. I thought Giannis was just being one of them overseas, African, Jamaican, they get crazy sometimes they lose.
But that's what I saw. I saw him with the sign and everything.
So yeah, I don't know why Tyler's dad did this. I ain't know them having no conflict or the whole impact of the season. I want to say this. I don't know how the fuck Doc keep getting jobs.
I ain't gonna lie, Milwaukee was dead when Damian.
No, fuck that. I don't know how Doc keep getting jobs. But somebody need to research this shit. I know Doc a black man, but Doc don't want to be black.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I had woke up and got on Facebook, and somebody had put that on Facebook. Like, bro, how does Doc have a job? I thought,
I've been saying this shit though since, bro.
Damn.
Bro, no, I'll just get off because I don't want to say the wrong thing. They might ban me. I'm for real though, bro. Like, I don't understand how Doc keep getting these jobs. Doc is a curse, bro. Like, ain't no way, bro. Like, how you Dame can't even stay in healthy no more. You ain't had Houston. Chris Paul got hurt, bro. Doc is canceled.
Milwaukee won that NBA championship. They should have never fired their coach.
Exactly, bro. They should have kept the other dude, man. They didn't even, and he was winning. You might have not his coaching style and his ways, but they was winning. You brought in Doc.
Why they got rid of him though?
Who?
The other coach. You know why they got rid of him?
That wasn't the same dude that slept with the white woman.
Nah, they got rid of him because because of Giannis' brother.
Oh, that they wasn't getting along with something?
Yeah, shit like that.
He don't even play.
So Dan is conflicting with him and Giannis now.
You see where it got his ass? Home. With his brother.
That's how it be though. But yeah, that's
you feel me? Back to what I was saying before I let go. To us dads, black fathers, when our kids win something, it ain't about us. Like, we ain't always gotta. You ain't Diddy, nigga. You ain't always gotta be in the pictures. You ain't always gotta be in the motherfucking videos. Sit your ass in the stand and let them come to you. That's all I'm saying. Niggas be trying to be celebrating, trying to bring back their high school. Cause I know niggas that do this. They get their high school feelings, thinking they ain't won some shit, coming in the stands, trying to congratulate, acting like they really won some shit, like they did some shit. Nigga, this ain't about you. Now you gonna fuck around. Who they play next? Cleveland.
Yeah.
If I was Devon Mitchell, I'd do some. You know, I ain't gonna say what I'd do. I'd do some dirty ass shit next game too. I'll be all in the stands.
That gonna be a good series.
Yeah, it is, bro. I don't know, bro. Indiana is a good ass team, though, bro.
Team ball. I like how they play team ball. They
a good ass. Who they coach?
Dang, what's his? I didn't forgot his name, bro. I can't even think his name. He been there though.
Yeah, I know. We don't even know his name, man. Shout out to that coach because he had him in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. New York.
Always be a little team you gotta watch out for, but I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna tell you about New York right now. I had high hopes for New York. I fuck with Jalen Brunson, but I don't know if they got too many light-skinned niggas on that team and they about to lose, dog. I'm telling you, bro. I got a feeling because Detroit was supposed to win that last game. They lost. They won this last. They won last night. They were supposed to win that other game.
They won the last game. Detroit won the last game
last night, but they were supposed to also win Sunday.
I ain't gonna lie.
That Tim Hardaway foul. That was supposed to be a foul. That was a foul. They said it was a foul. So if he would have made them free throws, that would have been game.
They'll probably go to 7 because they're going back to Detroit. You know how the atmosphere is in Detroit.
If they go back to 7,
nah, they dead in New York.
It's Detroit.
Nah,
well, you know what? Detroit got a light-skinned all-star too. What the fuck am I talking about? Let me get the fuck off it then.
They dead. They go back to New York. They dead.
Who they play? So who got the home court advantage?
New York.
Oh no, bro. Detroit play good, dog. They play good defense, man.
They gonna win. They gonna win in Detroit, but Game 7 in New York.
So game. Oh, okay. So game 6 was they just won they won in New York last night, right?
Yeah.
They can beat game. If they look, man.
Game 7.
Go back to a 7, bro. I'm going with Detroit.
They gonna not Game 6. They gonna win. Yeah, they gonna win.
And I'm going with fucking Ant tonight in 5.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's that shit. And this shit gonna be and Steph going to the next round tonight, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Ant in 5.
That shit over. Bron need to go ahead and retire, man.
And Shannon ain't lying, but Ant in 5.
He said Bron, but yeah.
Huh?
He said Bron at first, but yeah.
No, I said Shannon ain't lying.
That's why I said he said Bron at first.
All right then, bro. I'm gonna get at you, dog.
Love, dog.
Love, fam.